Merchant clergy who organized the trades of the Abbey's bazaar. They were the ones who led the Abbey to great prosperity before Gavos seized power. A good question. Perhaps the cost of that victory was too high, or Gavos's desecration was too great for Zenithar to forgive. If anyone was to have kept records of what actually transpired, it would be the trade ministers. The letters mentioned the 3 trade ministers. Now that we have the directory, it should lead us right to their holdings.
In a big family, you have to know how to scrap. Still here. Thanks for asking. Off with you, Swit!
What? The soldiers were bribed? After all that talk about righteous rebellion, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Change of plans? Something you...
So they knew where Gavos had the anvil. They just wanted the opportunity to steal it for their own gain, instead of returning it to the people. There must have been little trust between the trade ministers for them all to have hidden their sigil keys from each other.
Roll! Roll if you can! Much better.
We're close to freeing the Golden Anvil from the clutches. Of course, this toil is ours to share. That's all 3 sigils. We can unseal the adytum. It will be within the Abbey's temple. It worked! The adytum is unsealed! Let's not waste another moment. Is that... No. This can't be the Golden Anvil, can it?
It was abandoned to the hardships of time. As I was. But the anvil's sparkle began to fade well before the Abbey's fall. I should have worked harder.
It can't be. Are you... Kavos Duar? It's been nearly... How are you alive? This is all too much. Talk to Gavos, please. I must attend to...
It seems I've finally paid my penance to Zenithar for letting this glorious place crumble. Oh, so many years alone. But I never gave up. Honest toil. Zenithar provides to those who work. Just as the seal kept out the war that raged between the trade ministers, the cracks let in the rain, and the roach, and the rays of the sun. These were my wages for care of the anvil, and prayer. I barely recognize it myself. Pitted and corroded beyond repair. I did my best to preserve it, not nearly enough. Its glow began to fade as the Abbey became corrupted by avarice, opulence, and depravity. So, I hid it away before anyone took notice. I know I had no defense against their wealth and their poisoned words. The harder I fought to curb their ambitions, the more I became their common enemy. Once I was gone, though, they were free to fight among themselves. They tore this place apart.
I can still feel Zenithar's presence here, however faint. All is not lost. For what it's worth, I believe Gavos speaks the truth. I can see great care has been taken for this anvil, in spite of the toll of years and the corruption of the Abbey. Zenithar has not fully abandoned this house. Almost. The Golden Anvil hangs on by a thread, thanks to Gavos' care. But it will fade completely if Zenithar's faith in us is not renewed. There is hope, both for the Anvil and, Zen willing, the Abbey. Zenithar is the divine of honest work and just rewards. You have labored tirelessly on the behalf of his faithful. The first pure, unsullied toil this place has seen in ages. Let us dedicate our compact in the name of Zenithar, in his holy house. No, only hard work can return the Anvil and the Abbey to glory. But Zenithar may see that this place is worthy of redemption and renew his blessing upon them. Will you make this offering with me? Blessed Zenithar, I bring you this laborer whose calloused hands do your blessed work. Please, lay your hand upon the anvil. By these hands and this coin, an honest day's work is done in your name. May it be the first of many to come. Trade be. The anvil! Zen's light shines brightly once more!
Trade be. My work here is finally done. Now, all I ask for in return is to see the open sky.
You have earned that much and more. I'll get the door for you. You have been a great boon to the resolutions of Zenithar. I could not have found the Golden Anvil without you, let alone save it from its ignominious fate. I'll inform my order, and through our efforts, perhaps they'll be able to restore this abbey to glory. Regardless, Zenithar leaves no debts, and you more than earned your due. Take this blessed coin with all my thanks. Even now, Zenithar is teaching me. I came seeking his blessings of wealth, and instead I find a life he spared from the sickness of greed. The true divine wealth we discovered here is that old man, I'm certain. I didn't seek out the Golden Anvil for its material worth. I was in search of something touched by the divine. To have endured so long in that tiny prison, he must truly have communed with Zenithar during his captivity. What else would you call it? He stayed true to the teachings, and carried the resolve of Zenithar in his heart to endure, even as everything around him crumbled to dust. Faith like that is worth far more than gold. We can learn much from Gavos. If the Primate agrees, he might very well become one. Miracles aside, Arbitrator Gavos is a wealth of knowledge long thought lost, and he has witnessed firsthand how even a holy temple of Zenithar can become corrupted by avarice. Lessons to remember. Without you, the Abbey's downfall would remain a cautionary tale with all the wrong lessons, and poor Gavos its villain. Zenithar shone a light on the truth through you, laborer. Your works honor us both. I'd like you to accompany me to the resolutions of Zenithar, Gavos. Your story is one we should all hear.
If this old man still has use left in him, it's Zenithar's to command.
Vec, I hope you're watching.
to those mercenaries from Leowin that I told you about?
Yes, you are the smartest lizard in Gideon. But I heard you lost connection.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting. This looks ripe for adventure. Maybe a tad overripe.
Oh, hello there. You know if this is the Silent Halls? A willow said I could find it out this way, but trees aren't great with directions. What with staying in one place their whole lives and whatnot. Yes and no. I'm here because I'm looking for a Harada creeper seed. Don't come by those very... well, ever. Heard the wild elves kept a seed in Blackwood. Nobody remembers that, of course, except the trees. But listening to them gets me all fuzzy. That's what I said, isn't it? Got to be in the right state of mind for tree speaking. Just gets my thoughts in a jumble. I could use a clear head right now. Like yours. What say you help me find the Harada seed? I'll make it worth your while. Guess I should introduce myself then. Unless you're some sort of vision guide, then you probably know who I am. What was I saying? Oh right, I'm Adrahon, herbalist, arborist, all-around friend of the green. Green as grass, why do you ask? Oh, you mean with my head? That's just because of the trees speaking. Most folks can't hear trees. Not really sure about those Argonians, but trees can tell you things if you know how to listen. The secret's in the leaves. Most folk think communing with nature is all about sitting by streams and meditating. But if you really want to open your mind to tree speaking, you've got to start thinking like them. That's where the leaves come in. Of course. The green leaves leaves all around like little invitations. You just got to learn how to use them and open your mind. Then you'll really see all the things you've been missing in the world. Oh no, I came here to learn about his trees. The Argonians hold them sacred as the green, so I figure they're trees worth meeting. You don't find those in Valenwood. I was trying to get introduced to one when I heard about the wild elves. What's the word? Aliens, I think, if you want to be proper. Used to be all over before the Empire wiped them out. Bad blood between them, what with the Daedra worship and enslaving. But some good might come of it if they kept a seed here. The Harada creeper. Never seen one myself, but then again, most folks haven't. They only grow in the Deadlands, and even then they're persnickety. But when they do, they really do. Most variety of Harada root only get about elf height, though. To cultivate, of course. Bet that's a plant with some good stories to tell. I read in one of Devaith Fear's books that it's got wondrous properties for medicinal purposes. And that's a mer who knows his salves from his Sujamma, eh? Well, I suppose it could be poisonous. Oh, you mean like could it grow all over and make a mess of your garden like stranglers? Well, I bet it grows like crazy somewhere that isn't all ash pits and lava. But I'm going to keep mine in planters. Oh no, I came here to learn about it. There's something unpleasant going on, all right. The foliage is real restless around here. And loud. Just a dizzy spell. Oh, right, you can't hear it. Oh, right, you can't hear it. Feels like we walked right into the middle of an argument. Liable to split my head if they don't settle down for a moment. I don't know what's got the flora in a tizzy here, but it sounds like trouble. Not your average termites and weevils, I can tell you that much. The kind that makes you scream bloody murder. Never felt anything like it. Better be careful. Hold on there! Look at this vine!
Problem, Sarah?
That's definitely a Harada creeper vine. Now, if only we can find its roots. Must be around here somewhere. More Harada vines. Try pulling them up. Huh, nope. Still no roots. This creeper's done quite some creeping. Let's keep looking. Still no roots. Hey! Hello? No, not you. Shush a moment. Ooh. Get what all the hollering was about? that creeper's strangling a tree around here. It's calling for help, but no one's answering. Well, except us now. Well, we can't just leave this nasty oblivion weed with all these helpless greens. Let's dig it up. Maybe I can transplant it. All we're finding out here are vines. I'll bet the heart of the Harada creeper took root near that tree. No? But I reckon I can find it. Sounds like it's calling from deeper in the ruin. Thought I saw an entrance over that way. Let's give it a try.
Where'd you go?
Sul'Zan, they're a nasty bunch. Looks like they're doing alchemy here with the Harada vines. Let's see what they're up to. These Argonians.
I really don't like your odds.
Yuck! Paper! Turns my stomach to think of some poor tree being hacked to bits and
I don't
pulverized.
want to hurt you,
so
but
folk
now
can
I'm
tattoo
going
their
to.
taxes onto them. Wait, I don't think Sul'Zan keep ledgers.
Maybe I should have joined the Buoyant Armigers.
Looks like they've been harvesting the Harada vines. Awful lot of them.
Change of plans?
Some kind of alchemical concoction. Made from the... I heard the Sul'Zan were raiders. But I didn't imagine they'd be interested in this sort of equipment. Looks like they're using it to refine the Harada they're collecting into some kind of concoction. In Gideon, when I was trying to get introduced to a Hist, good-natured Argonian warned me which parts of Blackwood were most dangerous. Sul'Zan territory most of all. Nasty bunch. Got nothing but war and slaughter on their minds. Bit of a thorny trail we're on, yeah? But hostile Argonians making potions out of a plant from Oblivion seems like all the more reason to find that creeper and get it out of here. Besides, that poor tree's still begging for us to help. Yeah? Or at least that's the impression I get. Tree speaking ain't easy, you know. Even Valenwood trees are all rhymey-wimey with their communication. I haven't quite got the Blackwood dialect down yet. Getting that creeper solves everything. Well, someone's been here recently. Let's
All right,
keep an
don't
eye
cry
out
for
while we
money.
look for the creeper. There's definitely some creepy creeper tingles in here. I think we're on the right trail. You...
Whoever you are, please help. They have my family. Sulzan ambushed the caravan we were with, dragged everyone here, tried to escape, but they caught us, killed anyone who resisted, left me for dead, put the survivors back to work. Harvesting, chopping, grinding some fiendish nettles into powder. They mix it into some concoction, turns those brutes into monsters, more than they already are. Watched some tear each other to pieces. Don't think they felt any of it. Lucky them. In the heart of the ruin, where that horrid vine grows, they feed it our blood. Bleed us like pigs. Please, don't let any more of us wind up like that.
That's horrible. We've got to do something. You heard that, right? The Sulzan aren't just harvesting the Aradavans. They're cultivating it. It's worse than I thought. Gorging it and letting it grow wild, and ravage the native growth, all so they can reap its vines for their nasty alchemy. That'd be horrid enough. But they're using these poor folk for labor and fertilizer. We've got to do something. Right. She did, didn't she? Well, we'd better set them free before those Sulzan kill anyone else. The creeper's not going anywhere. If they help me, it's everywhere. And so are the prisoner. I'll climb up to the folk on those trellises. You get the ones on the ground. Let's hurry.
Don't feed me too! Thank the divines. I thought I'd die down here.
There you go. Follow your friend down there and get out of here.
Bavine, is that... By Beck! Bavine really found someone to help. Thank you, stranger.
If you're here to help, please hurry. Did Mother send you? I can't wait
Think
to
that's
see
all
her
of them?
again.
Let me climb down. I got something to tell you.
Get back, you fetcher!
That's all the caravanners except Bavine. But there's still one more in need of a rescue here. I can still hear the creeper fighting with that tree for one. And the tree's losing. We've got to do something about the vine strangling its roots and kill the creeper. Yeah, that was before I saw it. The Sulzan have grown it so out of control that we'd never uproot the creeper intact. And we can't just leave it. I don't know what kind of weed killer would work on Harada, but just take all I've got and stop it. The heart of the Harada creeper should be a big bulb with roots extending out. Reach in there and yank out its seed pod. Then pour those poisons all around the roots. That should kill it and keep any more from sprouting. I'll catch up with you soon. Those two dark elves are Bavine's husband and son. She was still alive when we left her, but with her injuries, she'll be as good as dead without help. Don't know if I can save her, but I can try. Now head through there and rescue that tree for me. You all just get yourselves to safety. We'll handle the rest.
You are too late.
Try breaking free! Something you need to discuss?
What's that? Oh, feeling a bit better then? Don't mention it. Huh? Oh, sorry. Was just listening to our new tree friend. And a history at that. Been wanting to talk to one for ages. It says thanks, by the way. Well, it doesn't really say anything. But I get the impression it's right grateful you saved it. She's barely hanging on. Even my strongest medicine wouldn't do much for her. It'd take a miracle to... What's that? Aha. Oh, well, that's great. This whole adventure was really bringing me down until now. The East says the Creeper's seeds could do the trick. Did you manage to get the pod? What's that? Oh, they did? Well, there you go. We can... Oh, but then that'd really be it for the creeper. No, that was rhetorical. Gosh. If it were the green, wouldn't be a question. The plant comes first. The pack doesn't count here. But if I grow my own creeper, I can get more seeds and make more medicines. Looking at her now, though, I just don't know. Yeah, you're right. Even the tree knows that. What do you mean it's not for you to decide? What made you think I was qualified? Oh, right. I should hurry. I'll mix up a medicine and hope for the best. We'll meet you outside with the others. I'll need a moment to whip something together with these seeds, but we'll be right behind you.
Phew. That salve's like Red Mountain in my veins. I've got it from here.
Wish I could have saved some for my own head. I'm just going to have a sit down over here.
Baveen, where have you been? We thought you'd be waiting for us, but...
I didn't think I'd see either of you again. I almost didn't. We have that little wood elf and his friend for that.
So, that's an adventure, eh? Think I'd prefer my garden if I'm honest. Does feel pretty good though, helping folk. Shame about that creeper. But I did finally get to meet a hist, so that's something. What's a priceless specimen compared to those smiling faces, eh? Does leave me feeling guilty for hesitating, but I'm glad you were here to set me right. Told you I needed that clear head of yours. Here's a little something for letting me borrow it. Oh, shame I didn't have a longer chat with that Ist. But we've probably overstayed our welcome as it is. Even with their creeper dead, there's no telling what those crazy Sulzon will do next. Could go for a nap and some pine nuts until my head clears, but won't find much peace and quiet here. Think I'll follow Baveen and her family. Maybe head back to Gideon. Got a fern friend who'll want to hear about all this.
What do you say we try some of the local fare? I'm famished. Let's ride!
Did you hear that the Great Shackle was destroyed?
can never have enough of that.
Zitze, I whispered a prayer to the shadow of Atakota, and now you stand before me, an agent of change who appears in my hour of need. Yes, this will do. I have a task for you. Before me are the bones of a Niswo, a priest of Sithis, who died searching for a special tome. I seek to whisper the proper words to Ferry Neshté's soul through the void, and back to the Hist, but that cannot happen until the tome is found. I need you to venture inside the Zitze stone nest and locate the Night Wielder's tome. I will mark your map with the place Neshté thought it most likely to be. Bring the tome to me, so Neshte may find his path. You will not go unrewarded. I would retrieve the tome myself, but I fear the Sulzan who inhabit Zitze and killed Neshte will try to disturb his remains. I must stay here and guard them. Strike the Sulzan down if they threaten you. Claim the tome and return.
water my plants with your blood!
Once you make it noticed, but style gets remembered.
Potion.